Alright, here we go, guys, in round 3 of the Affinity matchup. Well, today's daily where I'm playing Affinity. Round 3 is a round that I'm notorious for losing. I would like to play first. So let's see if we can't try and squeak out a win today. This hand seems okay. We have the Ensoul. We have a lot of fast mana. We could probably turn 1 Ensoul here, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. That seems pretty strong. Let's go Inkmoth, Mox Opal, Ornithopter, Ornithopter, Ensoul. No need to tip my Spring Leaf or my Glitter Void quite yet. So that was an okay start. Unless my opponent has a path at the ready here, in which case that'd be pretty bad. They do not though. Looks like Temur Delver perhaps. Arcbound is a terrific top deck there. Let's just go ahead and attack first and see what happens. Get in there for 5. Second main, let's go ahead and play our Glimmer Void, our Spring Leaf, and our Arcbound. Just doing the hand vomit. My opponent will fetch, and we'll get a little bit better idea what we're playing against here. I assume some sort of Temur Delver, as I do not know a lot of other decks that play red and green. Well, there goes that theory. I'm going to predict that my opponent does not have a path though right now, unless they just drew it, because I feel like they would have passed my Ornithopter. Boggles. Okay. I think I can race Boggles here. So let's see. If I animate this, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 poison. But let's go for regular damage first.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
Let's go ahead and sack these Spring Leaves.
Cool.
So actually that's 8, 9, 10, 11. So yeah, not quite enough, so that's enough for now. Pass the turn back. I'm assuming my opponent cannot gain life this turn, as they cannot Daybreak Coronet their creature. So yeah, the turn 1 Ensoul is really saving me right now. So my opponent has to choose now whether or not they would like to deal with my Ornithopter and my Arcbound. My opponent basically has to make a decision if they want to enchant this or deal with my threats. If my opponent can't do both, and I think either way I can win the game because I can give this guy 3. I can give my Ornithopter 5 power. So I think I can win this game pretty handily in the next turn. Getting life kind of hurts that a little. My opponent is now at 2-4. But I can still do 8 damage next turn. And what I'll do is I'll block with Ornithopter and then sack it to Arcbound so that my opponent can't gain any life if my opponent decides to attack. Yeah, that plan still seems good. I hope my opponent attacks here. My opponent elects not to, wisely. Another Ornithopter. Let's go ahead and play it. So now I'm going to swing with everybody. Well, except now my opponent has a Windswept. So that makes this attack a little harder, as if my opponent has a path in their hand, they can path whatever I try and Arcbound to. But that's just a risk I'm going to have to take here. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't have to sack too many artifacts to do that. So let's see if this gets us the game. or if my opponent has a path. Given that my opponent is thinking, yep, I assume that he does not have it. So game one went pretty well for us just then. I think it's going to get a little worse. We're definitely going to put in our spell skites. We'll take out the welding jar. If I was on the play, I would put in these whip flares, but since he's going to have a chance to suit up his guys, I don't think it's that great. We'll bring in Master, because I assume he's going to be playing some Stony Silence. And I think Signal Pest is a little weak if he has that Spider Umbra, so we'll take that out. Galvanic Blast may not seem really good, but the fact that I can take out a core Spirit Walker with it makes it good. On the play, I might board those out for a Whip Flare, but we'll try this and we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in the next game.